Hey, you guys, need a smudge? Good juju in. Good juju in. Good juju in. All right. And you take a deep breath. Alrighty. Jeez, it feels like it's been 2 weeks. I did not post yesterday. I know, I'm naughty. I said I was going to. And Spirit team keeps telling me to get on it with the shirts. So I'm working on it. Not a quick thing. Let's put it that way. Sure. All right, so entertainment purposes only. Don't forget our Thursday night alive, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Okay. Political questions then. Members live is the first Friday of every month. So that will be this coming Friday. 8:30 p.m. Eastern as well. That is the personal questions live. All right, you guys. Let's not forget our beautiful jewelry. Sea glass earrings. And sea glass necklaces. Wrapped in sterling silver, as well as the chain is sterling silver. The fish hooks on the earrings are sterling silver too. Mine are in purple and blue. Let me know if you are interested in looking, and looking into those, because we can forward your email to the lovely gentleman who makes them. All right. So I'm going to do this energy update, and then later I'm going to do a video on the law of attraction. Hopefully fairly short, just to get the basics in there, okay? Because we did not talk about it on Thursday. We were busy laughing and giggling and having all the fun on Thursday. Thank you to everyone who showed up. Thank you to our subscribers, our community, and just thank you. That's all. Thank you so much. We have a nice community, a caring, giving, supportive community. That's what we're supposed to do. Okay. I have not called in. I did meditate. I did ground. I have not called in David yet, or my archangels, but we will. We will get to that. So let's do that now, so we're all set when it's time to get that pendulum going. Grab the pendulum map. And this has my good juju on it, even though it's made by somebody else. I put my good juju on there. Okay? For me, that was a dab of patchouli, which is my jam. Love me some patchouli. Okay, I got just a little bit of hippie in me. Yeah, let's surround ourselves with our bubble. Call in our spirit guides real quick. Okay. Surround myself with white light, white bubble. Nothing bad, awful, evil, nasty, mean, untruthful, heavy, or dark can get in. I accept the light from the universe to mingle with my light. Third eye chakra open. Okay, here we go. All right, let's call in our spirit team here. Okay. Archangel Gabriel, are you here? Okay, thank you. Archangel Michael, are you here? Yes, thank you. Spirit team, are you here? Yes, thank you. Okay. David, are you here? David, can you show us the energy all around us, please? Thank you. Clear, please. All right, Spirit Team, David, Archangels, are you of the highest counsel, for the highest light, for the highest good? Yes, thank you. Are you of the highest counsel, for the highest light, for the highest good? Yes, thank you. Are you of the highest counsel, for the highest light, for the highest good? Yes, thank you. Oh, that's a good one. Thank you. It's a beautiful thing, people. We have some questions. Okay. Let's get you down here where you can see. Okay. Pull it back here. Hopefully you can see that. Where's our yes? Okay. Remember, we are not doing time frames. But I'm gonna give a test here. Just a quick test. It's never a bad idea to double check. David, could you show us check again, please? Thank you. Can you show us Thursday? Thank you. All right, clear, please. Can you show us February? Yes, thank you. Can you give me the first letter of my original birth name? M, yes. Can you give me the first initial of my original birth last name? H, yes. Thank you. Excellent. Okay. First question, will MTG go down with the other complicit MAGAs? Will MTG face consequences for her complicit behavior? Yes. Thank you. Clear, please. Okay, so somebody says, so Jack Smith works for the Hague, which is based out of Denmark, and the Hague is made up of NATO, etc. If you remember, January 20th, we all thought they were going to stop it. Or in March, something would happen. That would be them invoking Article 14 or 15, I believe. She couldn't remember. Anyway, that's why we thought Kamala would be in by March. Nothing happened. Do you know why? Okay, several reasons. Free will. Other people's free will. Second reason, not enough light workers tipping the scale towards the outcome that we desire. And 3, we cannot nail down dates because of the free will. Okay, now we've tipped the scales, and now you are starting to see things happen. If we can remove our focus from the awful things that F. Rump is trying to do and look at the things that are actually happening besides the things he's gotten away with so far. Okay, look at the, yesterday it was for losing 40 cases and winning one case, okay? And I understand that he's doing awful things. I understand that. I'm not negating that, and I'm certainly not ignoring it. Okay, we know that's happening. We're aware. We don't have to keep focusing on it. Worrying is making it worse, and that is another part of the reason, or another reason why things are taking longer, is because we keep focusing on the awful things that are happening. Be informed. Be upset for a minute. Let it go. Look at the good things that are happening. How about that signal thing? That is information coming out, and they did it to themselves. Nobody had to do anything to them. So that's as good an answer as I can get you, hon. Will the Supreme Court stand strong in its decisions? Yes. Thank you. Okay. Someone wants to know if the Red Country will announce, they called him Patinsky, of his unaliving this year. You know, can't do time frames, but we'll give that a shot. Will the Red Country announce the unaliving of Patinsky this year? Yes. Okay. So I did direct you guys to a video about Mr. Zelensky stating straight out that the Russian Tsar was gonna be unalived due to health reasons. Okay, but if you remember, we've always focused on F. Rump and his heart issues. We've never asked about Patinsky's heart issues. Okay, because they mentioned something about a possible mini stroke, and that really resonated. So, did the Russian Tsar have a stroke? Yes. Clear, please. Was he unalived due to this stroke? Yes. Thank you. And somebody also mentioned in that interview, or I was reading actually, about how his face looked puffy. Well, that's because that's not really him. Okay? That's not him. Government people have doubles. More than one. Okay. Here's a question we might be able to get answered. How many people altogether know that Patinsky is unalived? Can you point to that number for me? Yeah, they're pointing to 6. Does F. Rump know that Patinsky is not alive? No. It has been unalived. Still got the word alive in it. No matter how you say it. Okay. Okay, well, I'm going to have to ask the pendulum this because I didn't get a straight answer on the internet. Someone wants to know when was the last time gold was stolen from Fort W. David, has gold ever been stolen from Fort W? No. We already asked this question, but let's ask again. The energy changes. Will India buy the Red Country's new fighter jets? No. Clear, please. Will the space cadet have a 15th child? No, he's not going to be able to afford any more kids. Okay, let me fix my sleeves here. Sweater's driving me nuts. Okay, is the space cadet a hybrid alien human? No. Is the space cadet an alien from outer space? No. Is the space cadet considered a human being? Yes. Thank you. Clear, please. Is the space cadet's child X, has he been embedded with a chip? No. I thought we already asked about Susan Crawford. Maybe not. Let's ask about Susan Crawford. Susan Crawford, Wisconsin. Will she take office or will it be stolen from her? Will she take office? So that's a yes. Next. Someone wants to know who Anonymous is. In a nutshell, the group Anonymous is a group of cyber hackers with loose command structure that acts on ideas, not directives. On a personal level, my spirit guides tell me that they look for the truth. That wasn't always true. Okay, they weren't always the good guys. Okay. So, is Anonymous behind the journalist being included in the group chat on Signal? No. All right, so we've had this question again too. So, but we don't mind asking questions twice. Are they going to take Jim Jordan down? Is he going to serve consequences for his inaction? No. And for those of you who don't know who Jim Jordan is, they call him, and I'm not laughing at what he did, I'm just laughing at his name. Apparently he was a coach of some sort at Ohio State. And what I've got here is because he knew about the S of the E of the X Ewell assault of multiple students while he was coaching at Ohio State and did nothing. So another complacency issue. But that's why they call him JYM, Jim Jordan. Will F. Rump be removed for insurrection? Okay, yes. Will that be the insurrection that he already caused? Yes. Will he be removed for election interference? Thank you. One more. Will he be removed because he is a Red Country spy? Are there more reasons he would be removed? Yes. Somebody said something about him being decertified. They're a civics major. So let's see, because that was on the table with Sterling, okay? Will F. Rump be decertified of the presidency? Yes. So remember, it's going to be more than one, two, three, or even three things. Culmination of things. And remember, just a reminder, things happening in ways that we can't imagine because we are fairly limited in the way that knowing the way things work, unless you're watching and you're like a politics major or what is it? I can't think of the word. My son was going to do it. Not economy. You know what I'm talking about. Anywho, unless you are well versed in government stuff. How about that? Will F. Rump be successful in compensating financially compensating the January 6th criminals that he pardoned. Nope, not unless it comes out of his pocket. Will veterans' benefits and medical access to doctors and nurses continue to be affected by the firings at the VA? Unfortunately, that's a yes every time, and I am so sorry for anyone who is affected by that. These things will be reversed. Again, not negating the fact that it's happening. All right, somebody said that F-Rump and Melania are already divorced. So let's see, clear please. Are F-Rump and Melania already divorced? Okay, thank you. Clear. That was a yes, by the way, sorry about that. Is she being paid to pretend that they are still married? Yes. Oh, let me see. Somebody says kind of a general question, so let's see if we can modify. Someone wants to know if there's a mole. Okay, is there a mole in the Republican Party working for the Democrats? Yes, thank you. Clear, please. Is there a mole in the Democratic Party working for the Republicans? All right, then. Thank you. Is J.D. Vance a whistleblower? Will J.D. Vance be a whistleblower to remove F-Rump from office? Yes. Will he do that because he wants to take over the presidency? No. Will he do that to save his own skin? Yes. So when it comes down to the wire and people start getting arrested and stuff like that, okay? Or contained. When that happens and we don't see people go to jail, let's try not to get upset, okay? Everybody has their comeuppance in whatever way the universe chooses to dish it out, all right? People will have their comeuppance. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Okay? Thank you for the questions. Don't forget to put more in the comment section. Okay. Didn't think this through. Oh. Well, let's get these out of the way first. We're going to do our role-playing tarot. The role players. Goodness. These are quality cards, I have to admit that. We'll just get a general sense. We'll know who it's about when we pull the card. And it could always be about more than one person. You guys. Gold digger. I have no idea who they're talking about. Opportunistic, greed, exploitation, selfishness. Yeah, giving the fingernails a rest. Those artificial nails will tear up your fingernails. Next time, I'll just go have somebody do them for me. I deserve it. You guys deserve some self-care too. Go do something that you wouldn't normally do for yourself, but you always wanted to. Grave robber, archaeology, adventure, artifact, excavation. So we're not going to look at the grave robber part of it, but what we are going to look at, and I know some people are going to start talking about his first wife there, Ivanka. So we've asked the pendulum, we've asked spirit guides several times if the secret papers are in her coffin, and they keep saying no. We've asked several times if he had anything to do with her death. Now, at first, spirit team said no. Okay? But then, about a month later, they said yes. Okay? So, let's ask the pendulum. Yes, guys. Okay. David, can I ask you another question, please? I'll ask two. Can I ask two? Excellent, thank you. All right. Are the secret papers that F. Rump got in trouble for buried in his first, or in Ivanka's casket? Whoa. Okay. My goodness. No. Remember, I'm not moving the pendulum. The pendulum is moving my hand. Okay? All right, then. Did F. Rump have his wife, have Ivanka ordered to be killed? Okay, clear, please. Did he do it himself? Pretty strong. No. Okay, thank you, David. We're not closing out the session yet. All right, so there's that. No papers, but yes, on the, I think he burned the papers, honestly. He'd already given the information, what he needed them for. He'd already sold the information. Gee, I wonder who he sold it to. I have no idea. Just so you know, I'm being sarcastic. All right, what else? Puppet. So I'm going to have to say that this is a reading on F. Rump. And nothing has changed. Puppet. Manipulation. I can't read that from here. Manipulation, strings, theater, obedience. And we don't want to focus too long on him or the Space Cadet, but we'll do the what lies beneath cards for the Space Cadet. So here we go. Feud, conflict, grudge, hostility, rivalry. They're breaking down from the inside, which is what we've always said, that they would break down from the inside. Werewolf, transformation, full moon beast, howling, afterlife. He's going to have a tough transition. He's like, okay, I'm going to put this the best way that I can. It's like he's completely unaware, uncaring, apathetic to the things that he's doing. Apathetic would be an uncaring. So when he is finally unalived, he's going to have to deal with that. He's going to have to deal with that judgment of himself in his life review. I believe that we have that we conduct our own life reviews when we cross over. And if you're somebody who's mean, nasty, and all that stuff, and you just don't get it, you just don't understand that what you're doing isn't okay, you're going to have a tough time joining Source, or God, or Christ, or Jesus. One more. Envoy, diplomacy, ambassadors, delegation, negotiation. Have we ever asked ourselves why we keep hearing that he's going to run to another country, but the red country is never mentioned? because he's got no one to run to there. I said one more, didn't I? Yet here I am. Victory, winner, conqueror. You have to pick the right keywords, conquer. It's just how he feels about himself. All that in a bag of chips. Okay. Now we're going to pull for the Space Cadet. You notice he's been silent. Probably a good idea to keep his mouth shut, considering the signal thing. Thinks he's not in the line of fire. Thinks he's staying away from out of the line of fire. Bottom card, falling apart. Falling into pieces. Knowing they messed up. I had to censor my cards, you guys. I can't see what I'm doing. There we go. You get the general idea. I love these cards. They need no explanation, really. Keeping a promise. Who's he keeping a promise to? Who owns him? Never asked ourselves that either. Who owns the Space Cadet? Because somebody does. Each and every one of them is owned. And it's probably the Red Country. Depression. Yeah, I don't think that his alleged drug use is that comes from somewhere, okay? And depression is unresolved feelings. For me, it's unresolved anger. For others, it's unresolved sadness or unresolved, or lack of closure in a situation. Depression comes from somewhere, right? So I imagine that his alleged drug use started a long, long time ago. And he's been using that to mask a lot of things. His feelings, who he really is, how he really feels, and his neurodivergence. And maybe he didn't get the memo. But until F. got in the office, nobody was fussing over people who were neurodivergent anymore as far as being mean. You know what I mean? Or judgmental. Well, leave it to F. to screw up years of progress. Manipulation, lies, control, getting played. And one more. Keeping you a secret. Well, we'll leave out the word you, but he's definitely keeping secrets. Let's see if the card will answer what secret. See, I'm never honest when I say one more. That's not a secret that he's a copycat. That is not a secret. Never, ever created anything on his own. Took other people's ideas and used them to make money. Okay. Shake that energy off, you guys. Shake it off. What do we have here? We haven't done the stained glass tarot in a minute. Let's do the stained glass tarot. Two shuffles for this one. How are these guys feeling? get our general energy. Four of Pentacles. Holding on to what we got. Can't make this stuff up, you guys. Oh, I wanted to tell anyone who sent me, and I have enough already, okay? I'm not going to use them right. If you send me images or creations for t-shirts, I probably won't use them right this time around. I've got several, okay? Yeah, I've got 5 or 6, which is good, okay? So those I'm going to do for the t-shirts, the ones I've already got for the t-shirts and tea mugs, all right? But, I mean, feel free to send me some. But right now, I'm going to use the ones I already have. Okay, so just to let anyone that has already sent me images to upload to t-shirts, I did not forget you. Your creations are going to be used. Okay? Okay. I'm not very good at answering emails. If it's not in front of my face, I forget about it. I get a lot of emails. Okay? But I haven't forgotten you. 10 of Cups. Oh, there's a celebration. What we celebrating? What are we celebrating, Spirit Team? Somebody making a choice. Which is what we're waiting on, right? Somebody to make a choice. It's a few too many there, Spirit Team. The Star. Star of Hope. I prefer to call it the Star of Faith. The Star of Knowing. Not hoping. Hope keeps us in... We need hope, okay? Something really awful happens. And initially we need hope. But at this point, we need knowing. No matter how bleak it looks, look for the good stuff. It's out there. And I do try to post it for you guys in the on the community page. If you don't know where the community page is, click on the Healing Truth Tarot under the video. Okay? Top of the page will be a list of different links. Click on posts. And also, I don't get very many responses to posts. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe you're just not seeing them. So when you click on the subscribe button, click on the subscribe button again. And it'll give you an option, a notification. It'll show you a notification bell. Check off the all notifications. Okay? The Fool. Fresh starts. You know, phone filters, camera filters are a beautiful thing because at this time of year, I'm not slathering foundation all over my face. Eyeliner, a little blush, eyelashes, and I'm good to go. Okay, Judgment. Strength. We've got this. King of Wands. Passion. Kings are stable. So the King of Wands is able to mix his stability with his passion. It's also about taking action, not being afraid to take action. Four of Cups. So fours come just before change. So his little cups are, at least one of his cups is empty. You see that? At least one of his cups is empty. And he's not really paying attention to the other full cups. He's paying attention to the one in his hand. This is what we're experiencing, all this lack, or what we perceive to be lack. What we perceive to be lack. Focusing on that. Instead of the good stuff that's all around us. And that includes in the political arena. There is good stuff happening. We have to choose to see it that way. 10 of Pentacles. Rewards. More rewards. We had the 10 of Cups. Now we have the 10 of Pentacles. Political rewards. There are special elections. Now I look to see if I can, if the public can do the special elections, or my city can do it. And then somebody said something about only in your district. So if it's happening in New York City, it's not in my, it's not even close. New York City's like 600 miles away. I don't think I'm going to make it there. Not my district anyway, but I'm just saying, if I could vote, I would. 8 of Swords. Feeling trapped. Got to pull out of that. Two of Pentacles, juggling, balancing, finding balance. The Emperor embodies all of the kings, all of the elements of the kings. Oh, truthful, passionate, compassionate, grounded. And one more, Spirit team. I got a good one. Justice. Can't get any better than that. Alrighty then. That's us, our energy right now. And the energy around us as well. Moon's on the bottom. Information coming to the surface about the treachery, the heartbreak. Giving us a sense of calm, a sense of peace, a sense of balance. Seven of Pentacles, beginning to see results. One step at a time. That was pretty good, Spirit team. Thank you. Oh, wait. Didn't mean to yell. 6 of Wands celebration. Victory. Victory. Oh my goodness. The Chariot. Movement through the chaos. The World. End of one cycle, beginning of another. End of one way of life, beginning of another. 8 of Wands. Information coming through swiftly. Actions being taken swiftly. 9 of Wands. Protecting. Wounded warrior, protecting what is left. And 4 of Wands, happy home, happy family. That's it. I could go on all day. Okay, that was nice. All right. We're going to get Tim Walz energy with a few cards, 3 cards. He's on fire, you guys. Temperance. Going around to all of these town halls that nobody else, that the Red Party refuses to go to out of fear. Creating balance. The Magician, transmuting one form of energy into another. Literally transmuting the political landscape. I almost wanted to live in Wisconsin. Almost. Page of Wands. Messages. Him bringing compassionate messages to the people who need it. Creating a grounded atmosphere. All right, real quick. Let's do President Biden. Okay, that's enough. Six of Cups. Okay, so behind the scenes, working for future generations. Trying to save the country. 5 of Cups. He sees the damage that's being done. Oh, he knows. He knows it's almost time. 9 of Cups. Wish fulfillment. A wish granted. There we go. Wish granted. And the victory card. I almost don't want to go any further. He sees the fighting from within the government. He is helping to bring about that tower moment that we need. Allowing it to fall, to rebuild on solid ground. Okay, 9 of Swords. I call this the recipe for the final battle card. And yep, the bunny's upset. Despair. In despair. King of Cups. There we go. King of Cups. That's him. In this, he's generally the King of Wands, but that can change. King of Cups. Providing emotional stability. 10 of Cups. Emotional rewards. Okay. And President, oh, there it is. President Harris. Oh, our Lotus POTUS. Our President Harris. We love her so much. President Harris. Oh, Ace of Cups. She's feeling better. Feeling better about stuff. She sees what's going on. Economics. Remember that word I was trying to think of? Economics. Temperance. Transformation. You see the butterflies and the lotus flowers. That's completely different than the energy from the last time we read for President Harris. It was a little more chaotic back then. What was that, 3 days ago? Like I said, it seemed like 2 weeks. Six of Pentacles, the give and take. Some people just inherently know that if you do the right thing, that for the most part, people respond to that in a positive way. Then there's, a few that are just not nice people and wouldn't know a good thing if it bit them in the rumpus. But I think the majority of people appreciate it when somebody does something nice for them. I refuse to believe that the majority of the planet I have words. I'm trying to rephrase them in my mind so I don't swear. I refuse to believe that the majority of the people on the planet are uncaring and ungiving. I refuse to believe that. Three of Pentacles, building a firm foundation. Death, rebirth, and transformation. More butterflies. Partnerships. Partnerships built on stability. Four of Swords. This is my, I'm going to rest now. Just going to let things roll out the way they roll out. Got her strength, her swords, her strength and her clarity. Got her roses. That's for me, that means love, support. She is not ignoring. She is simply aware that at this moment, there is nothing she can do beyond what she is already doing. One more, Spirit Team. Yeah. This keeps coming up. Doing things the right way, in the traditional manner. His hand raised in a blessing. She does and will have America's blessing. Simply because she is not the other guy. She's her. What she represents is important. What she represents has meaning to it. And she doesn't give it lip service. She does it. She does what she says, and she says what she does. It's a beautiful thing, people. All right, you guys. Thanks for showing up. So I will be putting out a law of attraction video. Again, just to cover some of the basics, okay? Because this is what what we're doing. This has everything to do with the law of attraction. Everything. What are we creating out of this mess? What are we paying attention to? All right, you guys. Again, thanks for showing up. Much love, many blessings, and I'll see you in the funny papers.